This video is solely about the setup of the matrices. If you're struggling with the multiplying of the matrices in the calculator, you will need to reference the video link of how to do this in your calculator with the matrices. This is just, once again, the sole setup. So, the first one I'm going to do is number 5, and I'm going to set it up 2 different ways. So, going ABC order, I see that I have this third row, the second row, I have negative 3x plus y equals 0. Okay, now that's in ABC order, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my coefficient matrix, variable matrix, equals answers or constant matrix. I'm going to go x, y, z. This order matters. X's, that means x is first because it's the very first top in the list. So I have a negative 1, I have a negative 3, and I have a 13. Next comes y's. I have no y's, and then I have a y in the second one, and I have no y's again. And then lastly, z's comes third, so negative 5, 0, 2, and then these constants over here are just my answers. And then you would form ax equals b, x equals a negative 1, b, and then you would write your answer as a point. That's a really bad comma afterwards. So all this work is what you need to do. Now, if you wanted to, going back to this and doing this a different way, if you wanted to, don't want to erase all that out. If you can do your matrices without having to rewrite everything, you can. But if I didn't want to erase everything or remove anything, and I just saw that, hey, I want to do it just slightly different. I like this xz stuff. So I just want to move this y to the end. So once again, I'm going to move that y. But I like the xz y because the first one and the last one already has xz. So I like negative 1, negative 5, and I like 13 and 2, and I'm not going to use my y's. So what I have to do is I have to make sure that this middle system, or equation, not system, of the systems, the middle equation of the systems, goes in the right order. So I have a negative 3 for x, because x is first. Z, I have no z's in this equation, so 0, and then 1. And then these values still over here are the same, line up. So when you get your answer, based on this here, that exactly tells me what letter order your answers are in. It tells me x, z, y, so that would be x, z, y. The previous one would have been x, y, z. I always just tell you to go in the x, y, z order, or ABC order, because the fact it makes more sense. Also, we graph points x, y, z, a, b, c, so that's that. The other one I want to talk about is, I want to talk about this last one here. It's made up, it's added, so it's not in your actual packet. I want to talk about moving things. I don't care which way you move them, but make sure that you move the whole variable over, and then also pay attention to your order. So not only do I need to move this z over to here, but I also need to move this x. So I have negative x minus 3y minus 4z equals 14. And then make sure everything lines up. And then whatever order these letters are in, when you get done, that's your variable matrix. It's not made up. Don't forget that big old equal signs, and this value, and this value, and none of these are pretty matrices, and then you write down ax equals b, x equals a negative 1 b, and then you get your point when you solve it out.